This human nature lives indeed in true space, but the radiance of the light dwells in the two eyes. Therefore, the Master teaches the circulation of the light so that the true human nature may be reached. The true human nature is the primal spirit. The primal spirit is precisely human nature and life. And if one accepts what is real in it, it is the primal energy. And the great way is just this thing. The Master is further concerned that people should not miss the way that leads from conscious action to unconscious non-action. Therefore, he says, the magic of the elixir of life makes use of conscious action in order that unconscious non-action may be attained. Conscious action consists in setting the light in circulation by reflection. Now, reflection is a word, I think, for meditation. In order to make manifest the release of heaven. If, then, the true seed is born, and the right method is applied in order to melt and mix it, in that way to create the elixir of life, then one goes through the path. The embryo, which must be developed by the work of warming, nourishing, bathing, and washing, is formed. That passes over into the realm of unconscious non-action. A whole year of this fire period is needed before the embryo is born, sheds the shells, and passes out of the ordinary world into the holy world. This method is quite simple and easy, but there are so many transforming and changing conditions connected with it that it is said that not with one leap can a man suddenly get there. Whoever seeks eternal life must search for the place whence human nature and life originally sprang. Again, with this idea of funnel as a model of consciousness of man, we were created one with God. Now, this is the one primal spirit. With our choices and that which we built for ourselves, we've cut ourselves off from that and built barriers so that we are caught up in this limitation of consciousness. Now, with this method of contacting the primal energy and beginning to flow through it, a contact may be reestablished. I think this is what Edgar Cayce did when he followed that beam of light. The physiology would be the movement of the energy upwards, but the experience was to follow the light, and it moved him through these planes and out of the limitations of the present consciousness. Now, that may be what is referred to in the text as going through the path, is moving through that channel that has been prepared into the higher consciousness. The bottom of page 24, Master Lutzu said, in comparison with heaven and earth, man is like a mayfly. But compared to the great way, heaven and earth too are like a bubble and a shadow. Only the primal spirit and the true nature overcome time and space. You know, in Hinduism and, well, Buddhism as well, there's the wheel of samsara. Lynn referred to this earlier. And there are those divisions of consciousness in it. So here's a realm of human experience, and if you accrue good karma, then you move into a heavenly experience. But there are also the experiences of the lower human beings, the lower animals, the wild animals, and so on. But say you move to heaven and get good karma, and you're in a higher consciousness. Soon that runs out, and you're back into the wheel again. It goes round and around and around. And the idea, how do you progress with respect to this wheel? Do you just keep going on and on and on? The idea is to get out of that wheel, not to stay caught up in that law and just going to heaven in that sense by virtue of a good life does not mean you've gotten free from it. Now, the text here says, in comparison with heaven and earth, man is like a mayfly. But compared to the great way, heaven and earth too are a bubble and a shadow. That refers to the ordinary notions of heaven as simply a realm of higher consciousness that we might go to after physical death. Yes, we may move to a heaven of that sort, but that doesn't mean that we got it made, or that that's a permanent place of residence.
You know, it would help you, I think, if you remember your own experiences, your own meditation experiences. This is where you first begin to break through time and space. You lose with meditation a sense of time as you measure it in ordinary consciousness. And space, you begin to not know. Space begins to break down, your conscious space, into a new feeling about it, a new sense, a new understanding of it. And this begins to come almost immediately when you get into deep meditation. And it's the beginning of this future freedom that you will develop and that you will have if you persist.